Hi guys, this is Siki.
Hi, this is Kitty.
We are Sinocastel. Welcome to join our live stream.
Now let me introduce Sinocastel for you. Sinocastel is a leading enterprise of high-technique OBD2 GPS tracker wearing Tbox manufacturers, including R&D, production, sales, and operation. We have 2 R&D centers in Hong Kong and Shenzhen with more than 100 R&D engineers. We have over 15 years of experience in the development and manufacture of automotive electronics.
Yes, and our hardware devices include OBD GPS trackers, Tbox asset GPS trackers, and personal GPS trackers, and our devices are operated in over 140 countries worldwide.
Okay, this is a brief introduction of our company. Our topic today is to introduce our Tbox OBDii GPS tracker, the T229L. If you have the worries about fleet safety, improper maintenance, difficulty in fleet management, low efficiency, costs overrun, or too much manual tasks and similar problems, then you come to the right place.
Yes, welcome to our live stream. Please follow us. And now we finish our first part introducing our company a little bit. And now let's start our today's topic. Today we will talk about our hot selling product. This is our Tbox T229L. And now let's welcome Kitty to introduce for us.
Okay, now I will introduce the T229L in 2 parts. The first part is to unbox the product, and I will talk about its outlook and interface. In the second part, I will show the accessories for you. Please follow our live stream. If you have any questions, you can send your comments. We will get back to you after seeing your comments.
Yes, please follow us and feel free to ask any questions.
Yes.
So now let's do the unboxing part. First, we have our T229L device. We can see it. And then we have a sticker. This is used to help to fix the T229L device during installation. And then we have a bundle of power cable, and in this power cable we have different wires, and we will talk more about it later, so don't worry.
Now I will introduce the device itself to you. The device, its length is 140 millimeters, equals to 5.5 inch. And its width is 74 millimeters, equals to 2.9 inch, and its thickness is 28 millimeters, equals to 1.1 inch, and its weight is 100 grams.
Yes, it is not heavy.
Yes.
And then we can see that there's a 40-pin I/O interfaces, and this interface is used to connect the power cable. Used to connect this one.
Yes.
And then we have this USB cable. It's used to connect the USB configuration cable and to configure the device. Then we can see that we have this blue one. This is the external GPS antenna. This one is optional, but for some tracks or heavy duties, because their OBD port is not standard 6-pin, it might be 9-pin or others. And in some special circumstances, this device may be installed under the dashboard, and that may affect the GPS strength received by this device. So we use this one to help to strengthen the GPS signal.
Okay, now we turn the device over. We can see a battery compartment. This battery is used to send the GPS local data once an hour when the device is unplugged or accidentally dropped. And normally the battery compartment didn't need to be opened.
Yes, and this back battery is 500 milliampere battery, and because this battery is automatically charged when this device is connected to the car's power supply, so normally we don't need to open this cover.
Yes, and on the top right of the device, we can see there are 3 indicators. They are status indicators. And the first one is power indicator. When it works, it shows red.
Yes.
And when it flashes, it means it is scanning. And when it is solid on, it means it is finished scanning. And when the red light is solid off, it means the device is in the tracker mode or in the sleep mode.
Yes, and the middle one is the cellular LED indicator, and when this device is connected, it shows blue. When this indicator flashes quickly, it means it is searching for the network, or it means there's no SIM card. When this indicator is flashed slowly, it means the SIM card is registered, or it means the network is registered. And when this indicator is solid on, it means this device is logged into the server successfully. And when this indicator is solid off, it means the cellular is off.
Okay, now the final one is the GPS LED indicator, and when it works, it shows green. When the indicator flashes, it means the GPS signal is good, and if it is solid on, it means it is searching for GPS signal, and when the indicator is solid off, it means the GPS is off.
Yes.
Okay, now we will open the device.
Welcome to join our live stream. Please feel free to ask any questions. Normally, our client only need to open this side because there's the micro SIM card slot on this side, and it is very simple. Just use a screwdriver, then we can open it. Now we can see that this is how it was opened.
Yes, and here we can see a switch in the lower left corner. You see?
This is the switch.
Yes, this is the switch. This is for switching the backup batteries on and off. And on the right is the SIM card slot. This is the SIM card slot, and you can just open the SIM card slot and put the SIM card in it. Remember to turn the battery switch to the off side before you put the SIM card in the SIM card slot, and after that you can turn the switch to the on side. And only it's finished, you can put the cover back like this, and you tighten the screw, and it is finished.
And now we finished about the device itself. We talked about its appearance, dimensions, and how it looks inside. Next, we will talk about its accessories.
Yes.
So first, take a look at this power cable, and we showed it before. Just use this side to connect with this side. Just plug it in like this. You see? And there's a 16-pin standard OBD port on this power cable, and just plug this side into the car's OBD port, and then it can realize some functions such as real-time GPS positioning, engine data reading, and also it can read some travel codes, and it can report the time in real time according to the time interval, distance, or heading change. And it can also monitor the battery, mileage statistics, and fuel consumption.
Okay, now I will introduce it for you. This is the OBD2 extension cable. It is optional and this allows the GPS tracker to be placed at a farther location. Usually it is not needed when installing the T229L because the power cable is long enough, but it can be used for some specific needs.
Yes.
And these two are 9-pin and 6-pin Deutsch wiring harness. And this is the 9-pin Deutsch wiring harness in my hand.
Yes, it is easy to identify the two.
Yes.
And this too is used for some trucks or heavy duties because their OBD port is 9-pin or 6-pin, so we can use the two to convert it. Just choose the one according to your needs.
Yes. Okay, the next one is the relay.
This is the relay.
Yes. It is connecting the engine cut relay, and it is in order to cut off the fuel and electricity or control the windows remotely. And if you want to control more items, we can reserve several outputs for you.
Yes, and its connection way is easy.
Yes.
We can say that in this power cable, we have this wire, the yellow one. This is for the relay, and there's a sticker on it, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
Just connect this wire to this one, and then it can realize some functions such as remote power off.
And next one, this is the camera. Camera is used to connect the R485 port. Now Ziki will show you the R485 port. And this is the R485 port, and you can see there's a stick on it.
And its connection method
Yes.
is also easy.
Yes.
Connect the two like this way.
Yes, it's easy. And the R485 port can also connect the temperature sensors. Yes, this is the temperature sensors.
The connection method is also the same. Connect it with the RS485 port,
Yes.
and then use this head to detect the temperature inside or outside the car.
And the
RS485.
Yes. Port can also connect other sensors like door sensors, speed sensors, and here we got door sensors. And this is the door sensors.
Yes. Connect it to the door, then you can monitor the status of the door.
Yes.
And sometimes it can also be used to connect to the window line, then you can know the status of the window. These two can use to monitor your vehicle in remote.
And this one is the RFID Readers.
Yes.
And here we got it. This is the RFID Readers. And you can use like this.
And then it can use to identify the driver.
Yes. And it is connect with the R232 interface.
Yes, this one,
Yes.
which is similar to the RS485.
Also
but
have a sticker.
yes, a
Yes.
sticker, a pair sticker on it.
Yes, yes.
And except for the RFID readers, it can also connect with the magnetic card readers. So choose the one according to your needs.
So the RFID readers is widely used in the taxis. And the R485 and the R232 port can be also connected to other accessories. It needs to be customized.
Yes. So according to your needs, we can customize the two, and they can connect with different accessories.
Yes.
And then we
have these two, the speaker and the microphone. You can see this is the speaker and this is the microphone, and we can connect like this microphone.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It also have a sticker on it.
Just plug it in.
Yes, just like this. It's easy. And you can use the speaker and the microphone when you are with some
maybe in emergency, or sometimes you need to communicate with your managers, or sometimes you can also use this to communicate with other drivers.
Yes, and you can help the drivers communicate with managers in real time.
Yes. Welcome to Joyoung live
Welcome.
stream. And then what we have next?
And this is the accessories about the T229L.
Let's talk about this bundle of colored wires. We can see that there's a bundle of colored wires.
Yes.
Don't worry, we will explain them one by one. And we already talked about this yellow wire. Do you guys remember? It is for the relay. And then
let's talk about others. The green and the brown wires.
these two.
Yes. Analog input wires. They are usually used to connect the sensors.
For example, it is often used to connect and fuel sensor to monitor the fuel status. And sometimes it can also monitor the temperature sensor to know the status of the temperature. It depending on what sensor you use.
And next is the orange and the gray wires.
These two.
Yes, these two are digital input wires. They are used to monitor the status of the doors by connecting the door sensors, or to monitor the windows by connecting the window line.
Yes. And then we have a purple one.
Yeah.
This purple wire is one wire, and it used to monitor the devices that take one wire bus, but it is rarely used now. We reserve this one for some specific use.
And the next is the white one. The white one is ACC input, and it is used to detect the ignition of the vehicle.
Yes, but if the client does not want to connect it, we can also set the ignition to be judged by the voltage change of the OBD interface, or the ignition can also be judged by continuous vibration.
Yes, and there are last two wires. The black one is the ground wires, and the blue one is the charging port.
Yes, and this charging input wire is not to charge the T229L device. It's used to monitor the devices that the charging status of the charged device.
Yes.
Now we finish all the wires.
And all the wires have stickers on them.
And now we forgot this one. This is the USB configuration cable. We also talked it before. It is connected to this port. We can see it. And the connection way is also simple. Connect the small side to this and the bigger side to the computer. Then you can configure this device.
Yes. So next, we will talk about the what kind of application standardized T229Ls can achieve with different accessories.
Yes.
And the first one is the GLT fleet management. And Ziki will show you the details.
We can see it. And in this solution, we use our T229L device and also a magnetic card reader and a driving license. This is for the government to monitor the matching between driver license and the vehicle types.
And the next one is ELD fleet management.
Currently, our T229L device is most commonly used in this solution, and as the hour of service regulation is advancing, we all know that this is very important. And in this solution, we use our T229L device, camera, a SOS button, a mobile eye ADAS, and also a eye button. And this can help to alert the driver to the potential dangers, and it can identify the driver and also to monitor the driving behavior. It can also improve the safety.
And the next one is taxi solutions.
Yes, and we can say that there's a lot of accessories. We have the camera, our T229L device, a printer, a SOS button, plus a microphone, a speaker, a RFID reader, and also a dash cam. And this can help the government to monitor the driver and also the taxi. And this can identify the taxi that can greatly improve the passengers' safety.
Yes, and the three solutions can help better comply with the government's regulations. And currently, the T229L is mostly used in the ELD project.
Yes.
And the next one, I'll show the vehicle fleet management.
In this solution, we have our T229L device, a camera, an RFID reader, and also a proximity switch. And this can help us to monitor the fuel level, can identify the driver and monitor the driver behavior. Also, we can know the loading and unloading status.
If your fleet lacks supervision and flexible arrangement, also it is inefficient, then you can try our device, and managers can know your car's status, know the status of your cars and the drivers.
Yes, and use this solution, the fleet management could be much easier.
Yes. And next one is the vehicle rental business management.
Yes, in this solution we have our T229L device, a RFID reader, and also a printer. And this is for monitoring fuel consumption and also the mileage statistics. It can monitor driver behavior and can identify the driver. It can print the trip information and also improve the safety in great way.
If you are not sure whether your vehicles have potential risks, then with this solution, you can better know your car and drivers.
Yes, and if you are not sure about appropriate time for the vehicle maintenance, you can also use this solution. It can help you to effectively avoid some unsafe factors.
Yes, and the next one is the cash trunk management.
In this solution, we have our T229L device, a camera, SOS button, and also the door sensor. And this is for the real-time car tracking, door open reminder, and give SOS emergency assistance.
And the next is the school bus tracking.
In this solution, we have our T229L device, a RFID reader, a camera, and also the mobile eye. And it can monitor the fuel level. It can identify the students and to monitor the driver behavior. This can greatly improve the safety of our students.
Children are a part of our biggest concern, and we all want to better protect our children at any time. So use our device, and I think that you can achieve your wish.
Yes.
And what's more, the T229L can also use in the cold chain monitoring and the tanker trunk fleet management.
Yes. Nowadays, we know that some foods or some medicine that they need to transport in the cold chain. So we have this solution. We have our T229L device, a camera, a door sensor, and a temperature sensor, plus the load sensor. And this can monitor the temperature of the food or medicines. We can know the loading status, and it can also improve the security. And that can avoid the situation of waste the medicine or waste the food.
Okay, now we finish this part.
And then we know about our device, its accessories, and the applications. And today, I wanted to bring us a successful using case. And I will talk about its background first. And later, Katie will talk about what pain points our client had in this project. So here's the fan. Our partner company in this project is a hydropower and infrastructure company in Tajikistan. And this time our T229L device was applied in the construction project of the Rogan Dam. So our T229L device was applied to the construction vehicles to improve the GPS positioning in real time of the construction vehicles, and also help to resolve the problems of management and scheduling of the drivers and also the vehicles.
And let's take a look at what pain points they encountered in this project. There are 2,000 to 3,000 vehicles at the project site, including excavators, road rollers, and the vehicles for transporting sand, cement, and other construction materials. These construction vehicles are purchased or rented by client companies. Some of the drivers are employees of the company, and some are local residents hired to build the dam. And the pain point of our client company is mainly the management of construction vehicles and drivers, and how to settle the wages for drivers scientifically and reasonably. In the past, the driver's salary was calculated based on the number of the time the driver transported building materials from the bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain, and which was regarded as a valid trip. And the driver declares the number of the trips by themselves, and the company determines the driver's salary according to the number of trips and the cost of each trip. The disadvantage of this payment method is that drivers can misreport their numbers of trips, and managers cannot check the authenticity of the reported trip due to lack of effective supervision. And they will also cause some drivers to slack off, slow down, or misuse the company vehicles. And finally, it leads to confusion in the management of company vehicles and drivers.
Yes. Now we know about its pain point. Let's see how we'll resolve their problems through our solution. And we have two parts, the hardware part and also the software part. Let's start with the hardware part. In this time, we use our T229L device plus a camera, a microphone, an RFID reader, and also a speaker. And with the RFID reader, the driver of each vehicle can be fixed. And with the camera, we can know whether the driver is in the vehicle at a specific time. And also we can know whether it is the driver himself. So with the two, we can identify the driver very easily.
And with the microphone and speaker, when the vehicle is turned off due to a fault or an emergency occurs, the manager can get in touch with the driver in time and arrange scheduling, and the drivers can also contact each other too. Now let's look at the software part. The platform is also customized for them. Let's see what functions are supported by this platform. The first one is realize real-time GPS positioning and real-time monitoring of the project vehicle. And the second one is realize the reading and viewing of vehicles, which is convenient for the managers to understand the usage of the vehicle and arrange timely maintenance based on this data and so on.
Yes. And the third one is the entering and leaving the working area alone. We know that the driver transports the construction materials from the foot of the mountain to the top of a mountain, which is an effective trip. But how do you know when the driver leaves the foot of the mountain and when does it reach the top? And how do you determine the exact locations of the start and ending points? So we use the geofence to set an alarm for the entering and leaving area, can help resolve these problems very well. And first, we take the loading point at the start of at the foot of the mountain. Then we determine an unloading point at the top of the mountain. And then we just use the geofence to encircle the range of the loading point and the unloading point so as to determine the driver's scope of work. And then we set the driver's parking time at the 2 points according to the time required to loading and unloading goods. And that can help to avoid the situation for the driver to be slack of work or abusing the company's vehicle. And then we can calculate the time usually an effective transportation take from the foot of the mountain to the top of the mountain. And then the platform can automatically count and use the algorithms to calculate the number of trips a driver makes in a day and a month, so that the managers can manage drivers and vehicles scientifically and efficiently and reasonably set the driver's wage.
And after nearly a years of continuous debugging and cooperation, the engineering vehicle monitoring of Rotterdam project is currently in the stage of finalization and verification. We Sinocastel are very honored to be able to help the fleet management of construction vehicles for the Rotterdam project. And we wish the construction of Rotterdam all the best, and we wish to establish a long-term friendly cooperative relationship.
Yes. And now, before we end our live stream, we'd like to introduce our certificates that the 229L has passed. We know that is something you would care about. And currently we have the CE, we can say that, and CCC, and also the FCC certifications. And for some specific requirements or for some countries and regions, if you have some other requirements, we can also do the certification accordingly. And next, we'd like to walk around and show you guys what certificates and patents and awards our company has gained. Let's go. Here's some patents we got and some certificates, and there's some others.
Yes.
There's also the certificates of our company. We also have some other certificates. We just displayed some of them here. So that's pretty much our live stream today. Do you have any questions maybe? So if you don't have questions right now, we hope you can leave us a message. Yes. Or you can also send us your inquiries. You can also find us through our Skype or WhatsApp. We will leave our contact information here.
Yes, and you can also find our official website www.sinocastel.com, and next time we will have more live stream.
Yes, please follow us. We will have more live stream in the near future. If there's any content that you're interested, please feel free to send us your comments or suggestions. See you next time. Bye.
Hope to see you again.
Hope to see you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.